it's business as usual in the ever-busy West End area of London, where the London Stock Exchange is located. The Nigerian delegation are in London for the Nigeria Capital Markets and Banking Forum, organized annually by AfriInvest in the last 4 years. After the ceremonial opening of the market, the delegation moves to the registration center for the event. Shortly after, participants move into the conference hall of the London Stock Exchange. The Nigerian delegation, which includes the Central Bank Governor, Godwin Emefiele, Edo State Governor, Godwin Obaseki, Minister of Solid Minerals and Development, Kayode Fayemi, CEO of the Nigeria Stock Exchange, Oscar Onyema, Director General of the Debt Management Office, Patience Oniha, and the CEO of AfriInvest, Ike Chioke, are in London to meet with the international portfolio managers and investors to keep them abreast of developments back in Nigeria that makes Nigeria every investor's choice. But first, some opening remarks by their hosts, which border essentially on strengthening the ties between both countries.
The Nigerian capital markets, and the Nigerian government has come to London several times this year, very successfully raising capital. The economy is growing again and is becoming once again a beacon for Africa. And through our partnership with the Nigerian Stock Exchange, we're also looking to expand that into the areas of building market infrastructure in Nigeria, small and medium-sized enterprises, and that all builds on the unique dual listing partnership we have, epitomized by CEPLA.
But that report, Inspire Africa, showed very clearly how the way in which dynamic homegrown businesses are pioneering across the region of Africa. Now, 58 of those companies in that report were from Nigeria, more than any other country in Africa. Now, I think that's something to celebrate, and that, of course, is no surprise to me whatsoever. And I was in Nigeria just 2 months ago, and reaffirmed really to me the limitless potential of Nigeria in terms of people, the economy, growth, all the really great things. But also it reminded me of some of the serious challenges that Nigeria faces. So we are there, DFID, as my second largest bilateral program in Africa, and Nigeria is one of DFID's 5 largest programs in the world. But actually, the case that was made to me once again was the need for economic diversification, private sector investment, job creation, effective governance, supporting business, open markets, investment and revenue collection. So, as a politician, I have to obviously get the piece about revenue collection in there too. But the private sector is the main driver of the economy, and with one of the fastest and largest young populations growing in the world, we need to be able to be catalysing job creation in a big way. So the UK government's total investment in Nigeria in this current financial year alone is £470 million. But you've already heard me say, I'm not here as an aid minister to just give out money. We are here to help people and countries and economies stand on their own 2 feet, which is why I am redefining our relationship with Nigeria. Now, the Nigerian government, led by President Buhari, identifies some of those issues: tackling corruption, increasing investment, creating new jobs, diversifying the economy, enhancing climate resilience and boosting the living standards of Nigerians as its main policy priorities. Well, so do I as well. As an investor, on behalf of UK taxpayers, we believe that trade, investment, free markets provide the route out of poverty. And I want to help people and countries find their own paths to prosperity, and that equally applies to Nigeria.
Having set the pace for the day's discussions, the Nigerian delegation are ready to tell their stories. The CBN governor set the ball rolling by enumerating some of the positive developments that have been recorded in the last few years.
The economy has turned the corner with our worst days clearly behind us. And I say worst days clearly behind us. For example, GDP after 5 quarters of consecutive contraction, beginning from the first quarter of 2016, the economy recorded 0.5% GDP growth in the second quarter of 2017, signaling an exit from their recession.
The CBN boss, however, cautioned that the recent gains can only be sustained by deliberate efforts on the part of regulators to accommodate small and medium enterprises who are crucial to the development of any economy.
Partnership is very critical in everything we do in life. And indeed, partnership is the reason we are all gathered here today. A belief in the idea that when people or institutions unite towards a common cause, they can create something greater than the sum of their individual parts. Through its partnership with the London Stock Exchange, various Nigerian stakeholders have accomplished previously unimaginable feats, including a federal government-issued diaspora bond. It was the first time any sovereign African nation had registered with both US and the UK authorities and targeted sales at retail investors. The bond was oversubscribed by 130% and raised $300 million. I believe that the Nigerian Stock Exchange must continually seek ways to partner with iconic and well-established exchanges like the London Stock Exchange. Indeed, a lot of what we may be seeking to do and achieve have already been tried and tested elsewhere. So this is the time to stand on willing shoulders and move on to the next levels. In terms of stretching your mandates, I believe that institutions must understand their social, economic, and geopolitical boundaries in which they operate, and within the limits of their mandate, be innovative enough to try new things. For example, as a monetary institution in a developing country like Nigeria, the CBN always believed that it cannot stand idly by and concentrate on inflation, interest rate, and exchange rate, while people perish in poverty and unemployment. That is the reason we have always engaged in development finance activities outside the textbook approach to central banking. Obviously and measurably, we have had great success in these endeavors, and it is in this light that I suggest the same approach for the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Imagine if a startup like Uber had first launched in Nigeria. Would it have found funding from the Nigerian Stock Exchange? Does the Nigerian Stock Exchange have space and products to cater for such venture firms? Here we're talking about SMEs, and practically as a virtually unknown institution. Because it is a technology app, stakeholders may have assumed that it should not qualify for certain financing schemes. Yet, today, Uber and its many competitors, including Nigeria's homegrown Oga Taxi and Easy Taxi, have created thousands of working class jobs, boosted family incomes, and lifted people out of poverty.